around with a gun casing the store. That boy was in that store for at least 20 minutes or longer before he even ran out. Why was he in there? He looked suspicious. He was in there far too long.
Well, just because somebody looks suspicious don't mean that that's a crime to look a certain way.
When you look like you're casing an establishment that
said Anton Daniels displays his anti-blackness in the chick Molly. I guess she auditioned to be his side chick because she is on his coattail, helping him push this agenda. You know what's crazy? When Chud the Builder was raining hell on the black community, trying to provoke black men to chimp out, Anton Daniels had nothing to say about this white man trying to provoke these black men.
Respectfully, you don't ever have to mention this Builder guy ever. I don't see it. I don't watch it. I'm not interested in finding out what's going on with him. He's nobody to me. I will never ever watch a stream or a video of this Builder guy. I don't know why y'all tell me. I don't care. I do not care about this Builder guy. He's not relevant to me whatsoever. I don't watch stuff that I think is not aligned with what it is that I want to interact with. I will never watch it. Coach Chris says
he didn't even give these black men credit for not reacting towards words in a physical way. But when it comes to a black kid getting his life taken that supposedly had this gun, Anton Daniels is full throttle condemning the 14-year-old, trying to say that the Chinese man was protecting his store 130 yards away from it. He's trying to focus on the fact that this kid had a weapon, but not focusing on the fact that this kid was retreating, running away from the actual threat that took his life. Anton Daniels is anti-black, and he is bought and paid for by the Republican Party. And he has to appease his white audience while knowing he has a black audience that's going to be emotionally engaged and charged over these topics. He don't like his wife or his daughter. If it was up to him, he'll be married to a white man. But let's get into the video. Hey, real quick, check to see if you subscribe, because a lot of folks in my comments saying that somehow YouTube has unsubscribed you from my channel and other people's channel. So check to see if you still subscribe.
Guilty verdict of Rick Chow. For those of you that may just be joining, I'll give you all a quick synopsis. And if people want me to, I'll also, well, since we're going to focus 100% of the day, or 100% of the conversation on this, I'll also pull up the actual footage of what happened. Give me a second. One second. And this is a few minutes. Wait one sec. Gotcha.
Body camera and store surveillance video from the day of that shooting. We want to show you one of those moments right now.
In this video, you see Cyrus wearing a red jacket, telling Rick Chow's wife he does not have any water in his pockets before picking up his backpack and walking out of the store.
And shortly after, Cyrus was chased by Rick Chow and his son, Andy, before the teenager was shot.
News 19's Kiki Gushu was in the courtroom for all of today's testimony and the moment these videos were shown to jurors.
She is joining us right now from outside the Richland County Courthouse with the latest update. Hi there, Kiki.
Some other details was that he did have a gun. He was 14 years old. He did not have any money. And he did not take any water. He didn't take any water, so he did not steal the water. Even though he had went in and grabbed the water, put the water back, and then he got confronted by the mother, ran out the store. And these are just some of the clips and it's quick details. Then he wanted.
You see how he has to frame it first. Some other details. He did have a gun. He didn't have any money. How do y'all know if he had money? I Apple Pay every day with my phone. I tap it. I tap. This is 2026. How can you definitively say this kid did not have no money? Some details Anton Daniels left out. They chased this boy 130 yards and then shot him in the back. Shot him in the back. Him having a gun has absolutely nothing to do with this situation. It has absolutely nothing for him showing this Asian lady, I don't have no goddamn water, I put it back. Once he walked out the store, calmly. He just walked out. A natural reaction if you look back and you see people coming at you, you gonna run. In my case, if I had a gun, they might get their ass popped. So him having a gun has absolutely nothing to do with why these Asian folks ran and chased him down and took his life. But Anton Daniels is about to paint this kid as the YN, as the degenerate, as a thug. But he was running for his life, literally.
Obviously getting about 130 yards away. There was something that happened where a gun fell out. He wound up getting killed. What are y'all initial thoughts on this whole conversation?
Yeah. Ain't had no gun. Probably didn't have no gun. And no way to prove it either. There was only one witness. And you see this dude grab his gun to go chase a kid out of your store. Like, once he out the store, like, why you ran the length of a football field for some water? Seem a little bit deeper than that, but who knows, man? That shit was weird. I don't understand how you run that far off your premise for some water. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then you shoot a kid in the back. That don't make no sense. Like, none of this adds up. And then supposedly he was giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, that Asian had 55 incidents at his store within this black community. He is not giving no black boy mouth to mouth. No, he is not giving that boy mouth to mouth. All the times he have shot at folks, we don't know if they always black, for these little small petty crimes, petty thefts. And he escalated to shooting. This is his third shooting incident. He shot at a woman 6 times. She was in the car. She was leaving. He shot at another man. Actually hit him in the leg. He was leaving. Everybody that is leaving his premises, he is shooting at their ass. If it's petty theft, it's petty theft. Let the officers take care of it.
I don't know, man. This shit sounds weird. I feel like he should be in prison, though. Like,
let me give one more detail, just to
not guilty.
Just to refute that, Slimmy. The fact is this is the gun that they saying that actually fell out of his pocket that he also that he had also posted on social media. So
okay.
I don't give a damn if the goddamn 14-year-old boy got a gun that he didn't use. That is not. See, what they try to do is divert from what actually happened and try to paint our young boys as a goddamn criminal. This could be a goddamn BB gun. The same way they tried to paint Carmelo Anthony having a gun and it was a BB gun. This could be a goddamn BB gun that look like it's real. This right here, this is not no goddamn BB gun. That can be a goddamn BB gun. But you know, Anton, he has to set the stage. Oh, he killed, but he had a gun. The black boy had a gun, so it was okay for them to, you know what I'm saying, take his life.
Cool. So you had a gun. Cool. Don't change shit. It ain't illegal. It ain't illegal for him. You know, technically, they didn't know he had that gun. So the testimony in the court, he didn't stick the place up. He didn't pull the gun out and was like, "Hey, I'm leaving." Like, they chased him.
I'll play the testimony later of the defense lawyer that also says that according to the evidence, what the police said, what the interrogation was, and all of that, that they did say that he did technically pull a gun out and point it at somebody. So
his defense would never say that shit. This is how Anton Daniels is a liar. His defense will not say he technically pulled the gun out when he's fighting for a dead kid. Anton Daniels might not know what defense means.
What they said,
how does it fall? And then he's aiming a gun at somebody.
He fell. He tripped and fell.
No. They said the gun fell. They said the gun fell.
Well, right. At some point, he tripped and fell while they were chasing him.
And the gun fell. And the gun fell. And the gun fell. So all of a sudden the gun fell and he's aiming the gun at somebody.
But in the beginning of everything, just the fact that he was being racially profiled, like if we're being honest, like he went into the store, because in a few instances, 2 things can be true. He went into a store with no money. He started picking up water bottles and then he put them down. He had his backpack on them. In the neighborhood that store's in, it seemed to be kind of more of a hood neighborhood. They're probably used to people of our skin tone coming in there stealing. Got that. But the way that the mother was following him around the store, she already suspected him of getting ready to do something. So when she provoked him and said, probably something to the fact of he put water in his hoodie or whatever. And he's sitting there showing her that I don't have any water. So he grabs his bag and then he clearly leaves the store. At that point, I just don't understand the following him, you getting your son, you guys running after this boy outside of the store. If he started running, I don't think that was probably the smartest thing to do. But I can't say what his mindset at 14 years old was in that situation. He started running and you guys decided to chase him down the street. Even if you thought it was for a water bottle, I just don't see the point of that. They didn't show in the beginning of that video that there was a gun that was shown or that he flashed a gun to that old lady that was approaching him. So if that was the case, I can understand him, the dad, having his gun because he probably was like, wait, this 14-year-old boy probably pointed a gun at my wife. But that was not what was said. It was stated that he had tried to steal a water bottle. So I'm just a little confused at the fact that a store owner is chasing someone out of a store all the way down the street.
Well, it was the son. The son was the one who went out the door first.
The son,
it was the whole family. I don't know why they would all just leave while customers are in the store, but it was the whole family. And my thing is, where are the parents? Where are the parents? Because from the surveillance footage, it looked like he could have possibly had some type of weapon in his hoodie when he walked into the store. I watched footage from all different types of angles, body cam footage from the police. What else was it? The 911 call. It seemed to be self-defense. But if he's defending his son, he was defending his son from him getting shot when the boy pulled the gun out and pointed it at his son. When he shot him, he told his son to call the police. He was trying to save the boy. He was trying to resuscitate the boy. You could hear it. I think it was self-defense. Why get your son there? Why does he have a gun on him?
In the beginning, he should have.
And he was.
Man, Molly, you stupid. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't even know why you. She don't know no better, man. She don't know no better. I don't know how old she is, but she hasn't been thinking for a long, like critically thinking, she hasn't been thinking for a long time, right? She said it was self-defense. You're 130 yards from your place of establishment chasing someone. How do you plead self-defense when you're chasing someone? She's going to adopt the mentality of Anton Daniels. She's trying to get chose. She's trying to be Micca. She just ain't as cute. Ain't as built. But she gonna take the talking points. I think it was self-defense. She don't know no better, y'all. In the comments, don't do nothing. I think she autistic.
Stealing. He was.
Stealing.
He probably put them back. But it did look like he was trying to put some waters in his hoodie.
I think if you it looked as if that's what his intentions were. If you came into a store with no money in the first place, cool. But when you leave
you don't know if he came to the store with no money. Like, y'all need to stop saying that. We this is a digital age. Cash App me, Apple Pay me, Avail me, Venmo, PayPal. This is a digital age. Stop saying he didn't have no money.
Store and you have nothing on you, at that point, the store owner should have called the cops. If you think someone's stealing, call the cops. Why are you chasing down self-defense after you're chasing after somebody? To me, just doesn't make any sense.
That's because it's not self-defense anymore. Once you close the distance on somebody, they're not a threat anymore. They're not that scary that you can't close in on them. And I understand that what happened to the little boy was tragic, and I completely understand why people are hurt. Morally, I think that is probably the worst thing that you could do over product. It's not, nobody's life should be taken over a bottle of water. And legally, I think that they got the charges wrong. I think that when you have first degree murder, you have to prove every single element. If they would have went for manslaughter, they probably would have had a chance. When the prosecution had to prove
this is most definitely true. The charge that they try to give to the Rick Chow dude was premeditated murder. That is hard. That is so hard to prove. That was when you shoot somebody in the back and they're running away. That's why they wanted to get premeditated murder, first degree. So I can understand why the nigga got off. It's the same reason why Carmelo Anthony is about to get off. If they charge Carmelo Anthony for involuntary manslaughter, he's gonna get charged. But it's gonna be hard to prove first degree murder. It always is. She has a point here.
Every element of that offense. And when you have manslaughter there, that's saying, something totally different. That's another theory in a lesser homicide offense. that you can actually prove, like, based on his actions in a totality. But morally, this takes us back because this isn't the first time that something has happened with that particular store owner. You've had multiple encounters where you are overly aggressive, overly use of force for what?
It wasn't 3, it was 55 incidents. 55. Now you could say, yeah, you in a terrible community, or that very first time wasn't warranted and the community does not respect your store no more. Does not respect you. Is it right or wrong? I don't know, but you won't have no respect of the community. Which is probably why the little boy ran, because they knew in the community that y'all shot at somebody before 2 times before him. So he was scared. He knew the reputation of the Rick Chows. So he took off running.
Have no authority over but the protection of you and your family. You lost that chance once you stepped out of that door running after someone. Secondly, this isn't the first time when we as Black people feel some type of way, because this has happened before with an Asian store owner and an African-American child. So at some point, I'm not going to look at you being Black or you being white or you being Muslim, you got a hijab on in my store or whatever. I'm going to see where your hands are and if you're a threat. And if that threat is going to present itself at the time where I need to take actions, not because I'm emotionally erratic. Because that store owner, I'm sorry, crazy. Something wrong with you. It's never that serious. But I don't know if that's just my opinion.
And I understand how people don't think it was self-defense. Like, if you actually heard that what was presented in court, it seemed like it was a spur of the moment, heat of the moment. Clearly, they're saying he had the gun that was in the photo on him when it happened. And I don't know why they ran out and chased him. I wouldn't have done it, but I can understand why they thought he stole something, because it was something in his pocket.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry, you have a gun pointed at my child. I don't care how old you are. What is somebody supposed to do in that situation? Let him kill his son in front of him? Why does the little boy have a gun? Why are the parents in jail?
This whole keep trying to say the little boy had a gun pointed at the Asian boy child. Nobody said that. The witnesses said, no, we did not see Cyrus point any gun. How the fuck are you pointing a gun? You're running in the direction where you can't see these folks. You're tripping. You're falling. You get shot in the back. How are you pointing a gun? Just keep trying to I can't respect nobody that don't respect the life of our goddamn children, bro. Y'all know I don't be on here trying to insult goddamn women or call them out their name, but this bitch trying to make it seem like this kid actually pointed a gun at another child because he had one. Fuck out of here.
So they had the son of the store owner stayed on the call with 911 the entire time until the police got there. You could hear the father in the background saying, call the police, and trying to save the boy. I don't think he was trying to kill the boy. He was trying to defend his son.
Why did he stay in the store? I guess that's what I'm trying to have a heart. Like, I'm trying to understand.
It's his store. It's his merchandise. If he wants to chase after somebody he thinks stealing, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but...
And you protect it. If you want to say it's self-defense, you don't run after what you think you're in danger from. Like, you're not running after danger. If you're, you know what I mean? If you're scared and you're trying to protect your family, I can understand that. If you've seen the gun in the store and he leaves the store, I can understand you shut the door. Put it like this. I grew up in Northern California. There's a lot of Asian stores, a lot of Asian markets, all of the above, okay? There's a lot of hood neighborhoods that they like to be in and open their stores in. There's always crime. There's always something going on with their stores. What I was always taught by some of the owners of those stores, if something like that happens where you either think someone's robbing you or someone robs you, you shut the door because they're going to run out. They're not going to sit in there and stay in there. They're going to run out. You lock the door behind them and you call 911. I don't understand the point of you running after them. Even if that boy stole 20 bags of chips, why are you running after him? Why are you running after what you think is a threat? I'm not running after him.
Why is he walking around with a gun casing the store? That boy was in that store for at least 20 minutes or longer before he even ran out. Why was he in there? He looked suspicious. He was in there far too long.
Well, just because somebody looks suspicious don't mean that that's a crime to look a certain way.
When you look like you're casing an establishment that...
He said he looked suspicious. He was in there for too long. It was a lie. I think he was only in there for about 2 or 3 minutes. This is why I say do not respect anything he's saying. Why are you trying to paint this boy as if he was on some criminal behavior? He seen them. He seen them. Man, let me show y'all the video because a lot of y'all haven't seen it, right?
Just put down your backpack. Backpack needs to put on the ice chest. Yep.
Now, when you look at this video, does it look like anything what this anti-black woman Molly is saying to be true? Oh, I got the water, boom, boom. He probably hearing or seeing them like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go somewhere else. Get his backpack and leave. The boy was complying when he came in the store. She said, put the backpack down. Okay, all right. I'm gonna walk over and put it down. I'm gonna respect what they saying. Okay, boom. What do I want? I might want this. I might want that. Okay. Sometimes I go in the store and be like, all right, let me. Oh, no, I don't want that. Let me browse around. And sometimes I just leave. Maybe I didn't want that particular item. Y'all, we don't go in the store and always buy. They call it window shopping. Right? And if I see something, I might, you feel me? Probably passed by the store, came in, oh, let me get some water. Let me get 4 water bottles. Okay, boom. He got a mama. He got a, you know what I'm saying? He got a daddy. How much water bottles is? How much this water bottle is, bro? $2? You don't think he can call his mom or dad and ask for $2? And what if the boy was thirsty? He couldn't ask the child, hey, I'm thirsty, I'm walking home. You know what I'm saying? Do you think I can have this water bottle? Like, come on, dog. This bitch crazy, bro. I don't want to hear shit she's saying.
I own, I'm gonna kind of be in your business. I have the right to be. You're in my store.
But why was the old lady as a woman, as an older woman, why
does little boy have a gun? Are we overlooking the fact he got a gun on him? Why does he have a gun? Why did he pull the gun out? Why did the little boy pull the gun out for his own life and death?
But there's no evidence that he pulled the gun out. Even the investigator that went and watched all the footage that wasn't shown in the trial said that there was no gun that he saw that was pulled out on the son. I'm with Brittany in the beginning, where I feel like he was racially profiled from the moment he walked in that door.
Everybody in that store was black.
She made him take his. Who was black?
Everybody in that store who came in the store to buy something.
He made her. As soon as he walked in, it was take the backpack off. She didn't even give him a second to get in there. He didn't get an attitude. He didn't get smart. He didn't do a typical YN and cuss her, call her out her name. He put the backpack down and proceeded to go look for whatever he was looking for. Cool. She followed him down every aisle. If it was me and it was one of my kids, and I would tell him, listen, if you feel like somebody's following you in the store, you feel uncomfortable, get out of there. To me, it could have been many reasons he put that water back. He could have opened up that door, saw her, that lady's shadow in the back of him watching, and like, let me get up out of here because something ain't right. He could have remembered he didn't have no money, but I don't think that's the case. It's 2026. This is our money. Mm-hmm. Just because he's 14 doesn't mean he doesn't have Tap or Apple Pay on his phone. They also said when he took off running, that stuff fell out of his pocket. How do we not know the money did not fall out of his pocket as he was running? No,
because they found 2 phones. They didn't find any money on him.
Saw him pull the gun out.
This bitch dumb. Miss Sanchez just explained to this idiot that this right here, this is all money right here. Let me. She might be stupid. You see all these cards right here? These are cards. You see all these cards? These are cards that you can use to tap and pay. He had 2 phones on him. He didn't have any money. It's stupid. Stupid as fuck. I don't have no respect for Molly after this conversation. No respect for Anton Daniels after this conversation. Because y'all had every opportunity to create a show about Chud the Builder and condemn this white man for trying to provoke these black men that had a level of discipline that didn't react to this white boy. But when it comes to a black boy running for his life, getting his life taken by somebody non-black, and a gun is involved, all of a sudden this black boy is the criminal. Y'all want to do a full show about this.
Like, and then he left the store so calm. Like, I feel like if I was in there doing something and they were, whatever to me, I would have hurried up and got out of there. He took his time until, he hit the corner, and then here they come. And then my question is, where did the store owner, did he have the gun on him the whole time? That's my question.
Because I didn't see him pick it up.
I didn't see him go behind the counter and get the gun. I saw the son staring him down the whole time. Did he have the gun? Is my question. Like, because he's the one that took off running before the dad did. The mom came and said something in her language.
The son most definitely killed the black boy, and the father took the blame like a father would. The son most definitely killed Cyrus. He if y'all go back and watch the trial and they was questioning him, he was more flustered than the father. The father kept the composure because the father didn't have the guilt of killing Cyrus. The son did.
Off running, the son did, and then the daddy did. Do y'all? To me, I don't know. I really think the son may have had something to do with it. He probably.
I've owned restaurants and stores, and I've worked them, and I stay strapped the whole time. I don't have to get a gun because I got one on me.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Every owner I know has a gun.
He was far behind.
I don't believe shit Anton Daniels saying.
Before the son ran out. The son ran out first, right? Then he said he didn't see a gun. I listened to his testimony, almost 2 hours of him sitting up there talking to him.
The son said he saw a gun. He pointed it at him.
He said what the gun looked like.
Well, what else is he gonna say?
He described what the gun looked like when he pointed it at him.
Are we just completely ignoring the fact that a 14-year-old had a gun?
We're not ignoring the fact.
We are absolutely ignoring the fact that 14-year-old had the gun because there was no intent to use it. You don't run 130 yards away when 3 people chasing you and you have a gun and you don't decide to actually use it. Like most definitely. We are ignoring that. All these white boys and these kids be having these fucking guns. The Metcalf brothers. You feel me? But since he's getting chased down, you feel like that's some type of point. Oh, we're going to ignore the 14-year-old boy had. Yes, nigga, we are. 1000%. Because that's not the conversation. The conversation is, why are these people chasing him over some goddamn water bottles?
The reason that I'm saying this is because if y'all want to go in reverse, right? Because y'all not focusing even on the final conclusion of what happened and him, the gun coming out, none of that. Y'all go back and say, well, they should have never chased him. Well, we can keep on going back all the way to the point to where we can say, why are you 14 years old and having a gun? Why is it that the store owners have called the police over 200 times from different people taking stuff?
They didn't call the police on Cyrus over 200 times. He's trying to conflate their actions with the community and justifying their actions on why they did what they did to Cyrus. Listen to this nigga. I ain't gonna pause it.
Robbing them, doing all kind of stuff, and the police never showing up, or the police always showing up in the aftermath. Why are we only putting the onus on the person that defended their property, defended their stuff, and we're not putting any onus or responsibility on the parents, on the 14-year-old, on the person having a gun, and the people that continue to tear up their store on a regular basis? Why is it that we, in our culture and in our communities, are the only ones whose stores be fucked up all the time?
I think that this is bigger than culture, Anton. I think that this has to do, once all of those elements of him having a gun, him being young, and I'm with you all day, but that goes out the window when you have.
Said, why are our community and our stores be fucked up all the time? When he just said he owned the store, he owned. So, see, what niggas like Anton and anti-black people do, they always take the degenerate image of black folks and highlight it as a whole. Especially when you bought and paid for by the Republican Party. See, what Anton Daniels is for the Republican Party is what Roland Martin is for the Democratic Party. They are both dangerous operatives of a political party that ain't gonna do shit for black folks. That's what they is. So why are our stores? It's not why are our stores. Why in our communities you have non-black people treating us a certain type of way? Bro, does crime happen to black stores? Yes. It is unlikely because we are part of the community and we know our communities that we in. When the last time y'all seen a black owner at a convenience store that actually owns one racially profile anyone? Just a thought.
Sanctity of human life in your hands. As an owner, you have to understand risk management. As a person, you have to understand risk management. I'm not just going to be trigger happy and I'm not going to place someone under a box. I could be reasonably suspicious. Yes, I can be. You have that right. That is your property.
I got a right to defend. If you take a piece of bubble gum out of my store,
But he did.
you don't get, no. The death was not premeditated. So it ain't about this. No, hold on. Let's back up. Let's back up.
The emotions overruled him.
It doesn't.
Over water.
The death is not premeditated.
over water.
The death is not premeditated. It was a reaction after all of the things happened and they found out.
Which
And the
makes
gun,
it manslaughter.
once the gun comes out, you can't start talking to me about the sanctity of human life because I see a motherfucker that got a gun. Everything beyond that is a completely different conversation. This
You
is
have to look at the facts. They didn't say that they saw the gun.
this is segmented. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that I can't defend my shit. You can't tell me that. I don't care if it's for $1. Y'all can't put a value on what I'm defending from my store.
But he didn't take anything.
But he didn't pull the gun out in the store. They didn't see the gun until he
Y'all
was
missing what I'm saying. Y'all missing what I'm saying. I think that it's separate issues that plays out in this. The suspicion of you stealing is completely separate from our interaction and your gun falling out of your hoodie. Bro, if I trip over, if me and you get into an argument, a basic argument, and I'm thinking it's gonna be fisticuffs, and a gun pop out, I might kill you, nigga. I didn't mean to kill you. I wasn't looking to kill you. And once I seen the gun pop out or you pull out, you did.
You're arguing something totally different.
What I'm saying is, I don't care about what happened before that. Once I see you pull out for any reason, I'm gonna pull out. It's up.
Why are you facing him if you're not here?
You're dead. If somebody typically pulls out their gun, they're gonna use it. You dead. Now he trying to conflate this argument to neglect the fact that this kid wasn't a goddamn threat at all. He's speaking gun. He does what the white folks do and the cops do. We know when white people say, when the white cops say, I thought he had a gun. And when they actually have a gun, like what's his name? Castillo, what was his name? The guy that he had a gun on his hip a long time ago. I know it's like Constidio Castasto. Dang, I can't think of his name. Well, he had a gun, and he handed the officer his concealed carry license to say, hey, I am armed. It's on my hip. He was sitting down in the passenger seat. He didn't reach for his gun. He handed his what's called it. Do you know the cop knowing that he had a gun
Wait. All right, sir.
and knowing that he had a license took that man's life? This is the same argument Anton Daniels is having. Just because you black and you have a gun, they can kill you. Just because you black and they see you have a gun, Anton Daniels think it's okay for them to kill you, especially if you're running away. If you're running away, you're black, you're 14 years old, you're supposed to have a gun, and somebody see you have a gun, and the people that's chasing you, they have the right to kill you. This is what Anton Daniels is saying.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask you a question.
Why are you taking that?
Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Once they out there, right? They wherever they are, who fall, trip, fall, or whatever. How would y'all have suggested? Because they defending their story, they think he stole something, whatever, right? Right, wrong, cool. They out there. The tussle, fumble, gun come out, all of that. How would you have? Give me a suggestion of how you think that Mr. Chow and son should have handled it once the gun came out.
Based on what you're saying or based on what I think happened?
No, the gun pops out. How should Mr. Chow and son react?
You want to answer? Because I mean, okay, but once the gun comes out, everything changes. But up until that moment,
no. I'm not talking about up until that moment. Y'all can talk about up until that moment till y'all blue in the face after this question. When the gun pops out, how should Mr. Chow and son handle it?
I can't answer when the gun popped out.
Once the gun comes out, what would y'all suggest that they do?
How do they know that?
I don't think that happened. If the gun came out,
see, the thing is, once the gun popped out and fell on the ground, the Chows should have either picked the gun up or stopped their retreat, not to continue chasing him and shooting him. I wonder if this is what I wonder. I wonder if they shot him with the gun. I wonder if they shot him with the gun that fell out of Cyrus' pocket. Does anybody have that gun? Does anybody did they do a forensic to match these particular the shell cases and the ownership of this particular gun? What gun was used to shoot Cyrus? Because I didn't follow the trial completely to get all these different forensic evidence. So if I'm chasing you, even if I'm in the wrong, right? And you point a gun at me and I got a gun, I'm going to shoot you. Even if I'm in the wrong. See, Anton is trying to walk them down into an argument or in the corner to try to justify what he did. Because I'm chasing you and I see a gun and I shoot you, my initial reason for chasing you was wrong. I thought you stole, you didn't. It was a water bottle 130 yards away from my store. Even though I see you pull the gun out and you trying to protect yourself from me, I'm wrong. Even if I do shoot you. So he's trying to make the argument, well, he pulled the gun out where what y'all wanted him to do? Not chase him, not shoot him, retreat. This nigga anti-black. And he's going to go to any length to prove that black folks are the degenerates when everybody on his goddamn panel is black. See, Anton Daniels is using all these black folks to connect with the black community as well, and he uses anti-black talking points to refute anything they say that has anything to do with uplifting or taking up for black folks, even when it's a righteous cause, because he has a large white audience from the GOP, and they like the fact that he is getting these niggas in line. They like the fact that he's correcting these niggas' mentality. Y'all don't see it? These are pawns. Slimmy, a pond. Molly, a cooperating pond. Lex, a pond. Q, a pond. Miss Sanchez, Gemini, and Brittany. These are pawns. For Anton Daniels to stomp on their parades when it comes to anything black. This is why he didn't give the topic to this panelist of Chud the Builder. Because he didn't want to show his bosses. He didn't want to show the GOP that pays him. He didn't want to show the white anti-black motherfuckers that he has a group of black people that will speak against what white people do. He didn't want to show that shit. That's a fact.
You know why y'all can't answer it?
Okay,
you know why nobody up here.
If the gun pops out, you made the decision to run out of
Don't say nobody. I don't want to be like the rest of these people and
I don't
overtalk
think
one
it is
another.
fair to dismiss
I
what
want to
happened.
wait till my time to talk.
I just don't. I don't see how you can dismiss.
Y'all know how to answer it. None of you are going to answer it because you don't want to dismiss your own argument of the fact that he shouldn't be guilty.
No, I want to finish. I want to put my whole statement out there because we don't know what I'm going to say.
I'm gonna let y'all cook up and do your thing. I'll come in after about 45 minutes an hour. And
Once a gun pops out, yes, that is something. We're not going to act like we.
a 14-year-old no, and this is what in my opinion, this is exactly what's wrong with the culture. It's because instead of putting ourselves in a better position to not only be alive but to thrive, we make excuses of why it's okay for us to do the most shit, and then we'll pick a issue. Motherfuckers is dying every single day in the streets, killing each other. The only time that we pop out is because it's an Asian man. If a black man had owned the store, this wouldn't even be a conversation. If a black man, because everybody keeps talking about profiling and shit, if a black man had owned this store the same way that black people kill black people every single day. Black people kill cops and they don't even get this type of visibility. But because it was an Asian man, and I already predicted that this dumb shit was gonna happen.
I told you. It is Anton Daniels' job to revert the rhetoric and the message back towards on black people behavior, no matter what it is. Even though this is a small percentage of black people behavior that always get highlighted and framed to the media and pushed to the masses as if this is the ongoing issue in totality. White people kill more white people than black people. Asian people kill more Asian people than black people. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans. When you are in a community, most of your good and bad is going to happen inside that community. He's trying to revert the point of us having an outrage of somebody else coming inside our community and killing us, and we think it's going to be okay. It is our house. You cannot come wipe your muddy ass feet on my motherfucking carpet and think I'm not gonna say something about it because a black person did. You stupid. So this is what anti-black talking points is, because they always try to revert back to a scenario to try to hold black people accountable. Because something has happened in our community that might not have gotten the same publicity. Nigga, let's focus on this old ass white nigga, Asian nigga chasing our 14-year-old kids down. And even in situations not like this, Anton Daniels is gonna have the same talking points for Tamir Rice, for Trayvon Martin. He's going to have the same talking points, even if there isn't a gun. But then he going to go support a Kyle Rittenhouse. He going to go support a George Zimmerman. He's going to go support a Derek Chauvin. See, these niggas don't have dialectical thinking, meaning I see the issue and I don't agree with this particular person's behavior, but let's talk about and address the nuances on why did this Chinese man feel so comfortable killing this boy? This nigga anti-black. I don't respect it. I don't respect none of you. I don't respect none of you that's on this platform with this nigga when he don't give white folks the same smoke. He didn't do it. He didn't do a show about Chud the Builder. But when it comes to the little black boy losing his life to another person, he want to say, well, we don't have this smoke when black people. We don't. And we never will.
I said it. I said it on the Millionaire Morning Show. I have the exact timestamp of when I said it and the day that I said it. I said leading up into the 2026 election. I said it on this panel. I said, leading up into the 2026 midterm elections, right after the primary, you're going to see some race shit pop out, and it's going to be conveniently anybody other than black. I literally predicted this shit that was going to happen right after the primaries in 2026 leading up to the election. I said it. It happens every single election. Every single election, we pick some dumb shit to stand behind so that we can get distracted from the shit that really matter, because we cannot hold ourselves accountable for our kids walking around with guns at 14 years old. This is so...
Any other time,
this is normal. This is normal for YNs to walk around with pistols. Every teen takeover, they arrest a bunch of people and it's a bunch of young kids that got guns, and we don't trip about it. We don't say shit. We don't have no conversations. Every time I even bring up a teen takeover on this panel, everybody is whisper quiet. I stop even having those conversations. But now that it's Asian,
you don't bring up no white teen takeovers. You don't bring up the opioid addictions. You don't bring up how white men is leading in pedophilia. Go on my community post and see what I'm talking about. Even if it ain't in the video, go on my YouTube community post and see what I'm talking about. Like, everybody getting the smoke. You wrong, you are wrong. The issue is he can't go call out his white counterparts and their behavior. They'll start supporting him. You see, Anton don't do no numbers no more. Go look on the videos when he's speaking about white folks and appeasing to white folks. Those are the videos today that do numbers. He get 100,000, 200,000 views on that. And if Anton ever talk about black unity and black prosperity, nigga will stop getting views. His shit gonna be lower than mine. He be getting 7,000 views of video. But when he go against the grain and say shit like this, oh yeah, he a rich man. He's a rich man.
Owner that tried to defend his property, and you got a pistol. Now we got to justify it and send this nigga to jail for life because we can't get ourselves together. I'm not going for this shit. I'm not going for it. Because we got different energy when it ain't an Asian owner. But when we talk about this shit all the time, we need to have a heavy hand, send to jail, change the laws. Everybody all of a sudden become conservative and Republican. But then when some shit actually pop off and the nigga said, nah, we not having that shit no more, all of a sudden we turn back liberal, then pro-black again. This is some bullshit.
No, I don't think none of that happened. During the teen takeover, I think it was Wexler said, send it to the military.
You're trying to make a cultural argument, but I'm talking about a gun ownership argument and a responsibility. Exactly.
When his daughter experienced racism or anything close to it, he gonna tell her the same thing. You not a victim. Hey, Leslie, we not gonna do the victim mentality. You feel me? I don't even wish it upon them. But at least once, we're gonna be stereotyped or have some type of prejudice against us. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully she don't get her life taken in the process of it. But it's gonna take Anton Daniels' daughter to experience the shit these kids experience for him to goddamn understand. And then again, he probably disowned his daughter. He's so loyal to the white man. He's so loyal to the Republican Party. He might disown his daughter if she come out gay or a Democrat.
Have when it comes to people's lives, period.
Lex, you the hardest one on the shit.
Okay, I get you.
Hold on. Lex is the hardest one on the YNs and getting aggressive and doing all of the real shit and defending ourselves and the Second Amendment and all of this shit. Lex is the biggest, heaviest hand on the panel. And when some shit finally happened, all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a minute, hold on. Let's be more responsible with 14-year-olds carrying guns.
Because I don't think that
had a gun. I think you guys
people care about the details enough has no bearing on whether the shooting was. Two things could be true at once. We have a community that wants to have serious problems with violence, and they have selective outraged. But this is not one of them. I think that this is coming from both sides trying to, like when you get into a car accident, now you got lawyers and people calling your phone, like, because they're pulling reports. People try to weaponize situations like this for reasons like you want to have a cultural argument. Then it's people over here trying to have a Black Lives Matter argument. Why can't it just be calling people out on their crap? Because now this is stirring a controversy when you got Asian people saying you can't live without us, Black people. So be outraged, basically all you want. Then you have people. Where's the justice to just say, you know what, I mourn and I sympathize with this family, because this is actually went kind of wrong.
Because the reason why you're wrong,
we cannot say that he wouldn't have still been shot.
No. The very first thing that was said after we came off, because you're saying, why can't we just call people on their crap? The first thing that we leapfrog off of is Brittany saying that he was being profiled. He was being racially profiled. So
I can't answer.
Hold on. No. Stop. You can't say
he most definitely was being racially profiled. Once the bitch asked the kid to put his goddamn backpack down, you were basically saying, put your backpack down because I don't want you stealing shit and putting it in your backpack. Why he can't understand this?
Wait. You can't say that we're not just calling people on their crap when the foundation of the argument that you're building was based off of being racially profiled.
But it
doesn't make sense because you put us at a disadvantage because you throw race into it before we even have a conversation about what's right and wrong. No. Because now, and this is exactly why I said that it was going to be a race-based conversation, and it only matters because it's an Asian man. Because now, before we even respond to right or wrong, we're focusing on the race aspect of it. If we just wanted to focus on what Lex is talking about, then Lex would have a leg to stand on. But that's not the conversation that y'all let off with.
That's what Lex is saying. I said that, and I said that because I also stated that the neighborhood that store is in is more in a hood area. So most of the people going in there are going to be Black.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm stopped being objective when it comes to Black issues. Like, it's no objectivity. I'm biased for the rest of my life from this point on. I don't give a damn. Don't give a damn. Black people are not guilty. Ever. If they ever put me on a jury, I had this conversation. They was like, oh, it seemed like you're going to be biased without the facts. I was trying to argue against it because I didn't have that sentiment. Ever put me on a jury and there's somebody Black, and depending on what it is though, he innocent, she innocent, I'm going to play the role the entire time of the case until it comes down to the verdict, and I'm going to switch. I'm going to flip. I don't give a fuck what it is. A Black man stole $2 million from a Asian white community. We gonna get down. Is he guilty? Nah, he ain't guilty. I'm gonna cause the mistrial, cause that's what they do. That's how they treat us. That's what they do to us. But we want to be neutral. We want to be fair. We want to have a goddamn heart. You know what I'm saying? We got souls. But it's niggas like this, you know what I'm saying, championing the behavior in this bitch Molly. Disgusting. They disgust me, bro. I really don't even want to finish this shit.
So when I said they racially profiled him, it's because he had a backpack on, and they told him to put his backpack down.
That's not racially profiling.
That's not racially profiling.
That's not racially
A lot of places
profiling.
do that.
That's not racially profiling.
I wasn't finished.
If they cared so much about the merchandise and all of that in their store, they wouldn't have left that man standing at the register by himself, where he could have taken the register in itself, all the stuff in the store. All three of them ran out, but y'all concerned that he might have
That's
taken
their business. That's literally the whole family.
You leave somebody in here unattended to do any and everything they want to do.
How you gonna tell me how it is that I need to care about my shit?
I'm telling you,
if I leave my car unlocked, if I leave my car unlocked, they don't give you the right to go in there.
You care so much that you left somebody in here unattended to do any.
Now we getting into the feeling aspect of it. If we gonna deal with the reality of what was presented in the trial, then we can do that.
You can see Slimmy has lost all respect for Anton Daniels, but he gonna stay there. Get that little free money from this goofy ass nigga. Like you're a loser. Q hasn't said anything. Q is usually typically opinionated. This is the goofy nigga that think he's some type of leader or have some type of voice. Anton Daniels has reached the peak in media that he's gonna reach. Like he goes no higher than this. Now, come primary election, and there's another white man for him to get down on his knees for. Yeah, most definitely. But up until then, he has peaked into these algorithms. It's done for. It's a good thing that he made his money while he and put it in certain investments and properties. But when it comes to this media shit, he done. He is no longer a credible voice to black people that are goddamn conservatives either though. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't gonna go call out the nigga that is provoking black people, Chud the Builder, but you want to come call out this degenerate shit by this Asian man, he has lost. Anton, this is his downfall, bro. That money ain't that good, bro. It might be, but it's gonna dry up. That shit gonna dry up. You gonna have to, hey, make some more investments, bro. But this Anton being anything that comes to media, it's over with, bro. He better go the Officer Tatum route and just talk strictly about race baiting and black on black this. That's the only voice that he'll have for white people that don't like niggas.
But you can't tell me how to feel about my shit. Don't tell me whether or not I care, how much I care, or if I care so much. It don't matter if I don't care about none of it. Don't touch my shit.
If we're talking about the reality of what was presented in the trial, one, he didn't steal. Two, that witness said forensics said he was shot in the back. The witness said she saw him.
And 3, he had a gun
in the back, and it fell out.
3, he had a gun.
His cell phone. So
that in there.
Saw the gun, and they were able to.
I notice how y'all conveniently leave the most important detail out of it.
Because
every single time y'all try to argue because y'all want to make it out to seem like it's not innocent.
I'm not saying he's innocent, not innocent, but what I'm saying is his life.
You fuck around and found out because you thought that having a gun and carrying around a gun was cool. But guess what? Guess what? The only people that need to be held accountable is the parents. That's the only people that need to be held accountable in this conversation is the ones that's going to probably benefit off of his death with a GoFundMe. That's the only people. Because if your kid wasn't walking around with a pistol at 14 years old, he would still be alive. If your kid wasn't posing with the pistol and embracing his toxic culture and saying that this is cool, he would still be alive.
But that's what we're assuming. Nigga
walking around with a Chucky shirt on and a goddamn pistol.
So if you touch my car and you got a gun, I have every right.
I think that was their excuse after shooting him. I think they lied and said that he pointed the gun because he wanted to justify himself for shooting that little boy in his back. I don't care what nobody say. I think he lied and said that the boy pulled the gun. How are you pulling out a gun while you're trying to flee? Because if he wanted to pull the gun out, he would have pulled the gun out before he even left the store. He would have pulled the gun out when he first took off. They're saying
that they have time to lie.
He stopped running
because they called the police and they turned his body over before the police got there.
Shot in his back though. Why are we not talking about that?
How would they have time to lie?
Getting shot in your back doesn't matter when you have a gun. You can run and shoot behind you. What the fuck does getting shot in your back have to do with anything?
Because when did they see the gun, Quentin?
Well, first we said
they said he had one and he had one. So why does it matter when they saw the gun? They said it was a gun. There was a gun. So when does it matter? It wasn't a lie. They said they saw a gun. There was a gun. Why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep saying that?
Because why would somebody?
Why do you keep saying that?
We would have to see the gun. What do you mean? Why am I asking?
Okay, Brittany, can you answer this?
There was a gun, so why does it matter when they saw it?
Because why would they shoot him in the back if they didn't see a gun? That would be self-defense if they saw the gun, right? What do you mean? Why am I asking that? It
not
makes sense.
Self-defense. Stop using words you don't know what they mean.
That would make sense. But you're not answering.
Yeah, Q probably should just shut his bitch ass up. They didn't see this the problem. They not understanding it. They don't care, bro. I'm telling you. People that I'm gonna let y'all finish this. But I'm gonna say this. People that don't see our children as children, I think they fucking pedophiles. It don't matter what instance that you trying to hold this 14-year-old to the standards of a grown man. That might be a reflection of your mating choices, because people like that they don't care about the ages of children. They feel like they're consensual with all things. So see, now they feel like this boy Cyrus is a consensual adult and made the right decisions. Oh, the 14-year-old boy had a gun. It was okay to kill him because he black. But I don't know, man. This yeah, man, Molly, you just as bad as goddamn Anton. But this is expected from Anton Daniels. It's like nobody is going to be surprised that this nigga is this anti-black. But I realized Brittany, Kimmy, she knew, Miss Sanchez, Slimmy, Molly, even though she's a cooperative pond, Lex, anybody that is black and you speak on black issues on Anton Daniels platform, you are being used as a pawn so he can show his constituents how he got y'all in line, or how he's going to manipulate and control the minds of these black people that's on his platform to think the way he thinks, that supports agenda that is separate from black folks, no matter what it is. I hire black folks, yeah, to show he's the house nigga. That is exactly what Anton Daniels is for the GOP. He a house nigga. I wonder how much he got paid. Roland Martin is the exact same way for goddamn the Democratic Party. I'm calling out everybody that doesn't have an independent thought that is conducive to helping black folks entirely. This shit crazy, bro. But I'm glad Anton Daniels have spoken about this, because my algorithm, and y'all know me for calling out Anton Daniels, but it helped me now speak about the Rick Chow and these other cases. So I appreciate you, Anton Daniels, for being a house nigga.